Hello, my name is Keshwani. That's K-E-S-H-W-A-N-I. I have been solving problems, math problems from this book, the official SAT study guide. It has 8 exams. There are 3 sections in each exam, altogether 24 sections. I have DVDs that I have made which contain the solutions to all the problem in a given section. If after watching these clips you find them helpful and decide to buy the DVD that contains the solutions to all the problems in the given sections without any interruptions, without any sales pitch, send me an email at go to my website at www.prep4sat.com and send me an email. I'll take care of it. I also do private tutoring, personal tutoring, face-to-face private tutoring. I'm in Connecticut. Get hold of me if you wish to hire my services. Doesn't matter where you're located, as long as we can come to an agreement. Let's take a look at this problem. Exam number 6, section number 7, page number 736, question number 14. We are given a line that looks something like this. This is our given line. I'm going to call it line G because it is a given line, and we are told that the slope is mx plus b is the generic form, that the standard form that we use, and we are asked to locate a new line which has a slope 3 times as much. The new line is this negative 3 times mx plus b. As you can see, the slope is now negative 3 times this guy. Well, the very first thing you should notice is that this is a negatively sloped line. This original line, which I'm calling the given line, is negatively sloped. When you take a negative quantity and multiply it by negative 3, as we are doing it here, the final line that we're looking for, the new line that I'm calling, has to be positively sloped line. Because the original line is negatively sloped, and when you take that negative quantity, slope of the original line, and multiply it, this is the slope of the original line, m, and multiply it by negative 3, the new line has to be positively sloped. Which means, before I do any work, I'm just going to go through the answer choices. Any line that is not positively sloped, I'm just going to get rid of it. Those are silly answers. You can cross out B is nonsense. Is a negatively sloped line. We're looking for a positively sloped line. And C is nonsense. The only 3 positively sloped lines are A, D, and E. A, D, and E. The second thing you should notice is that the y-intercept does not change. It's the same in both cases. When x is equal to 0, y equals b in this case, and when x is equal to 0, y equals b in this case. In this original line, when x is equal to 0, y is negative 1. It goes through 0 and negative 1, which means my new line must also go through 0 and negative 1. It has to. It has to. Well, let's see, what can we rule out? It has to have a y-intercept of negative 1. Must have y-intercept of negative 1. Well, A stays. Again, A stays. B was already gone. C was already gone. D has a negative 1, so that one stays. But E has a positive 1 intercept. The y-intercept in E is positive 1. It is no good. It is no good. No good. It has a positive positive y-intercept. So the contest is between A and D. What else do we know? Let's find out the actual slope. Actual slope in this case, as you can see, it goes negative 1 and negative 3, I believe it is. Negative 3 and 0. Slope of this original line is 1/3. Slope is 1/3, which means what? The slope of this given line, I'm going to put it in a blue marker here, slope equals 1/3. As you can see clearly, this change in y is 1, change in x is 3. Rise, which is 1, over run. Since they are both negative, it doesn't matter whether it's the same thing. I'm not going to actually do it out, you figure it out. The slope is 1/3, which means what? Which means the original slope, and of course this is a negative quantity because there's a negatively sloped line there. And if you take the 3 times that quantity, the new slope has to be the negative 1/3 that you see here times negative 3, because we are told it's negative 3 times m, which means the new slope has to be 1, positive 1. Let's take a look at the remaining 2 answer choices, A and D. A, as you look at it, A does not clearly have a slope of 1. In order for it to have a slope of 1, a 45-degree line, if the y-intercept is negative 1, it has to go through positive 1. It has to go through negative 1, 0, and 1, 0. It does not. D is the answer. There you go. D is the answer. It has to go through this line, and then when you increase the y by 1, x has to go up by 1. It has to go through this line. The answer is D. It has to go through. There you go. The answer is D. I made it far too complicated by talking about it. The more you talk about it, the more complicated it's going to look. Just look at the bloody thing. The first thing you should notice is that the y-intercept is the same. Immediately you can cross out, if the y-intercept in the original line is negative 1, then you can immediately cross out, well, you can cross out B just based on that argument. You can B goes, C goes, D stays, and E goes. And then you notice that it has to be a positively sloped line because the original line is negatively sloped. And when you take a negatively sloped line multiplied by negative 3, the final line has to be positively sloped. The answer is D. I hope you found it helpful. That's what happens in a simple problem, and the problem is more straightforward. For a simple problem, the more you talk about it, the more complicated it looks. It's not. Post comments on the YouTube if you wish, to tell me how I can improve my performance, and subscribe to my channel on the YouTube. That way, you will immediately be notified when I upload a new video. And send me email if you wish to buy the books, or if you wish to hire my services, or if you wish to buy the DVDs. Thank you.